Alright guys, we got a brand new trailer for Lanterns, which is a continuation of James Gunn's DCU, from Superman to Peacemaker to Creature Commandos. And yeah, I'm excited for this show, but I'm also very cautious, because Lanterns, the Green Lantern comic books, that is a story that I followed for a very long time. Like, in my introduction into comics, Green Lanterns was one of the first things. It was like Batman and Green Lantern. Those were the big two for me. So I've read decades worth of Green Lantern comics. Like, I've gone back all the way to the early 2000s, and I've read all the way up to the current stuff. So I'm pretty invested in this story, and I've always, like a lot of people, I'm like, this is ripe for like a cinematic adaptation if they do it correctly. Which obviously, the was it 2011 Ryan Reynolds, they did not do it correctly. And yeah, so I have a lot of hope for this show, but I'm also very hesitant. Let's go ahead and check it out.
We've been training for what, 2 months? And I haven't even worn the ring yet.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about that design.
You're just a fucking substitute teacher. You're not ready to get up in front of the class until the ring says you are.
All right.
It's a cool idea as a training exercise for the Lantern, yeah.
You want me to train you? I'm training you. Something is off here.
Hal Jordan has some kind of accent. It's weird.
This is my town. You're a big shot. Noted. But stay the fuck out of my way.
Think she hates your guts.
It's the way she hates them.
This is a stupid plan.
Interesting.
That I don't doubt.
Something crashed there.
The Green Lantern's oath.
There's a Green Lantern suit.
Protect people. And we both know I do a better job of this than you.
This is my job. As long as I'm alive, that ain't changing. So take a deep breath, Junior.
You're old. You're tired.
Okay, so we get a little bit of power. That was the Lantern. Okay. We'll have to rewind to that.
I don't understand. Who are you exactly?
Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
Okay, so we got like the tease of some powers, but
The other Lanterns.
I'm the only human. They're aliens. One of them's a fucking squirrel.
interesting. Okay. Okay. I guess my first reaction is they're definitely leaning into the True Detective thing, like they said they were. I am, I guess, a little concerned that, yeah, okay, I don't need like superpowers being displayed all the time. Like, as long as the story is actually captivating, I'll be fine. But I do want to see some Green Lantern action at certain points, so I guess that's my first thing. I do like their dynamic. Like, I feel like that's definitely going to be the best part of the show, is just going to be, Hal and John. Like, you got the young guy, you got the old guy, and they're kind of, at odds with each other, but he's trying to show him the ropes of being a Lantern. As far as what is happening in this small town, there's like football fields and corrupt sheriffs and criminal organizations. I don't know. That's obviously True Detective style stuff, but what does that have to do with the Lanterns? Like, I'm curious. Like there has to be some kind of alien angle here where this this has something to do with the reason why they're here, and I suspect it's this. Okay, so we see a couple shots of something has impacted on the ground, obviously crash landing of some kind. So I'm going to assume that Hal Jordan had custody of an alien threat, and it crash landed in this small town, and now this small town is acting strange, so something has an influence over this small town, and that's basically the plot. I'm gonna go ahead and just like assume right now that that is what's happening. They don't give you much hint of that, but I gotta say it's gonna be like, yeah, because I don't think they even let you see. Yeah, they don't let you see inside the crater, so there's some kind of ship there. Okay, so we need to, okay, let's rewind. Let's look at what we even have here. Okay, so first thing first, because I saw some people talking about this. If you notice right away in these other suits, bags, what do we call these, there's another Green Lantern suit right there in front, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that both of these bags contain different Green Lantern suits. But the one they're showing us is this. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Like, the suit might look better once it's like actually being worn by a person, right? The thing I'm not sure about is it seems to have like, it's got some green and black patches on it, but it's got like this weird brown tone to it, which I don't really understand that. Maybe it's just the lighting. Maybe I just need to see it in better lighting. But yeah, like this front piece is like a brown color. I don't really get that. But again, maybe it'll look better once it's on somebody. But also, like I said, these other two bags seem to be filled with other Green Lantern suits. Now, of course, the weird thing is the suit usually just kind of generates on the person when they activate their ring. But here it looks like an actual like suit that they have to physically put on, which is kind of strange. But okay, you know, all right. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off judgment. Okay, I'm gonna hold off judgment until I actually get to see what you know, what it looks like on a person. So okay, I'll hold off. Now this again, I think this is another shot. It looks like something crashed through the air and hit this sign. So I'm going to assume there's a lot of alien technology happening, or lasers were being fired. Something was able to do this and hit the ground, creating this line on the ground you see here. So there is definitely some sci-fi alien lasers stuff happening, but the trailer did not show you any of that. So okay, actually, wait a minute, hold on. Did that? Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. I was just trying to look at what's being lit up here. There's the letter O, and then it's Airco underneath it. It's all lighting up in yellow. I don't know if there's any significance to that at all. It doesn't spell anything as far as I can tell. But hey, if you guys see something, let me know. I don't see how that's significant though. But yeah, overall, like, I'm okay if they want to use this as like, hey, we can introduce people to some kind of complicated lore, because there's a lot of sci-fi, a lot of, you know, it gets real nerdy, right? So if they want to use this as a way to ease people in to the world of Green Lantern, I'm okay with that. You know, it's like a very grounded take that will slowly introduce things. I get that. I am hoping that by the end of the show, we are full on Green Lanterns. Like, they're flying through the air, the shooting green lasers, you know, creating constructs, you know, like, I want to see the full thing. This stain right here, this red stain, a lot of people are assuming that that is blood, I think, and maybe it is, but what if it's actually Red Lantern? You know, the Red Lanterns do this like lava red energy throw up thing that they do. It's a weird thing, but it kind of looks like blood when they throw up this like Red Lantern energy. So I'm thinking maybe that's what that is actually. Like, this is not a blood stain. This is a Red Lantern stain. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that. Yeah, but we got them fighting. We got some. I guess this is my other thing. Is like, how long are we gonna be sitting here with them fighting like normal criminals with like normal guns? Because to me, that is like the most boring thing a Green Lantern can do, is fight a normal criminal with a gun. Because it's like, what are we dealing with here? Because even in the Superman movie with Guy Gardner, he's fighting giant kaiju, you know, he's fighting like whole armies, I guess, but still. And again, you can see something has exploded or buried a laser through here. Someone's dropping down, and look, we do get a shot of them flying, and there's the lantern. Now I'm gonna say this real quick. So this is the same thing they did in the Superman movie, and this is like one of the things I would have changed about the Superman movie. In the comics, at least, when they fly around, they have like this outlined green aura around them just to kind of show that the ring is being activated. And the movie and now this have not done that. And I kind of wish they had, because it would like make the flying look a little bit cooler if they were like kind of had this slight green glow to them as they're going. I don't know. That's what I would change. I'm just being a comic book guy, but that's what I would change. But it's fine. Now here's our lantern, and kind of just like the ring, like the design of the ring, I don't know if I love this. You know, like they're trying, kind of like the Ryan Reynolds movie did, they're trying to make it look more alien, adding all these weird textures and designs to it. But honestly, I almost would have just preferred, like, just do the classic, it looks like a lantern, and that's what it is, you know. This is interesting. I mean, it's not bad, it's not horrible. I'll be fine with it. Now this is like our only real hint as to something going on here. So as you can see, whatever this thing is does not look like a human gun at all. I don't know what I'm looking at here, but it's glowing yellow, which again, is that yellow lantern energy? Is this Sinestro Corps stuff? What exactly is happening? So like I said, small town, you know, they're investigating something, but something is taking over the town, or something else is infecting people, you know, and has something to do with either red lanterns or yellow lanterns. Something's going on. So I don't know what's up with that little gun thing, but something's weird there. Okay, so he's interrogating someone. I don't know how. Okay, they must not be in an actual police station, because I don't know how he would have the authority to interrogate anybody. Do we get a look at his ring? Okay, so Hal's ring is the one that we see at the beginning, looks like. And I guess my big question is, are the different rings gonna look different, or do they all look like that? So we do get the gem in the middle glowing, and we see a flash, and that's pretty much all we get as far as what the power is. You know, we've seen it in Superman, right? But here they're like keeping it hidden for some reason. So I'm wondering if they're gonna make it look different. But, you know, if you want to see what Green Lantern constructs and everything look like in the DCU, you can just watch Superman again, because we already know this. So it's interesting that they're keeping this like, oh, we're not going to show you any of the powers. We're not going to show you any of the constructs. Now, this comment right here that he makes. So he gets asked, have you ever talked to any of the other Green Lanterns? And then he's like, well, I'm the only human. Everyone else is like a squirrel or an alien or something. Well, my only thing about that is, obviously, well, one, we know that Guy Gardner exists, obviously, so there are other humans. Now, maybe he's just talking about back on Oa. He's the only human on Oa. That's possible, I guess, but this almost makes it seem like he's forgetting that Guy Gardner exists, because, you know, there's at least 2 human Green Lanterns already here. The other thing, of course, is that the Green Lantern ring is supposed to be able to translate any language. So, yeah, Hal should be able to talk to the squirrel. Hal should be able to talk to every other Green Lantern who has a ring on, because they're all translating each other, you know? So, I don't know. It feels like a trailer joke, you know? Like, it's just a joke they wrote for the trailer, just to be like, there's a squirrel Green Lantern. It's like, yeah, but I do hope that you get across the logic of, like, well, okay, but the rings, you can talk to them. Like, it's not like you can't talk to them. So I don't know. I don't know about that joke. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about lanterns. Is it not enough sci-fi for you? Do you want more? You know, I need the glowing, and I need the fighting, and the laser blast, and all that. Or are you willing to give this a chance? You know, it's going to be like more of a small town, kind of slowly introduce mainstream audiences to Green Lanterns again, because yeah, I think the Ryan Reynolds movie did a lot of damage to the perception of Green Lantern, you know. Unfortunately, I think there are a lot of people out there still who, when you bring it up, when you talk about how cool the Green Lantern is, they're still thinking about that movie, and that really sucks. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys later. Bye.